What's going on, everybody? It's Matt Faircloth. Welcome to today's live stream. My name is Matt Faircloth, and I'm super excited to be with you guys today. And let me turn this off. There we go. So today we're going to talk about three sources of private money. And unless you guys have maybe the winning lottery ticket in your pocket, maybe you won the Mega Millions, unless you've got that, or unless you've got a super rich relative or a trust account or whatever it is, you need money for your deals. And I'm going to talk to you guys about three sources of private money which exist right around you guys right now. These private money sources are in your personal network. I submit to you that it does not require a country club membership. It does not require an Ivy League school diploma to know people with money. If you know where to look, you can find people with money in your own network today. I'm going to tell you guys about it, and so let's get going because we got a lot to talk about. So I want to just hop in and talk to you guys about it. So the three places to look are they may sound obvious, but I'm going to tell you guys more about them. The first place to look is people in your network with cash. Okay, and that sounds silly, that sounds stupid, but let me dive into what that means, because of course they got cash, because they're going to be able to give it to you as private capital for your business. But what people with cash means is these are folks in your network that have extra cash that are beyond what they need for the living expenses, and they maybe are actively looking right now to put it to work in an investment deal, or maybe don't realize that there are better options that they may have to put that money to work somewhere. So I break cash investors down, or cash private money partners down into two separate buckets, okay? One cash person is, I call them the millionaire in disguise. And the other cash partner I call the savvy investor, okay? Let's talk about the millionaire in disguise first. This is someone that's in your own network right now that you guys know that is on paper a millionaire, and just lives a lot leaner than they might need to meet their expenses. So they might drive a 5 or 6 year old car. They might live in a more modest home than their income might be able to allow them to do. They may just live a little leaner than they maybe could with given their income. So if you've got a relative or a friend or somebody that goes to your church or someone that you know in your network that you think probably earns a fairly good wage or a good income because they've been at their job for a while. Maybe they are at the executive level of the company that they're at, but they still live in the house that they've been living in for the last 15, 20 years, but they've gotten a bunch of promotions. Like some people in your network, every time they get a promotion, they get a new car and they move to a bigger house, right? That is not the millionaire in disguise. That's the person that's living probably above their means. The millionaire in disguise lives way below their means, and they maybe got promoted a few times at their job, but is still living at the house that they had 3 promotions ago. That person maybe has a bunch of money sitting in CD accounts, a bunch of money sitting in savings, maybe has paid their home off. They've done a lot of different things that they could do to try and just be more and more conservative, right? More and more conservative with their expenses. So their income's gone up and up and up and up and up, but their expenses have stayed down. That's the millionaire in disguise. You got to look deep into your network to find that person, and they might find that they could earn a way better rate of return on their money in investing with you than they could in investing with their bank on a CD earning 0.5% interest. Okay, the other person is called the savvy investor. This is the person that has a lot of cash but knows that they have a lot of cash, and they know they can put it to work in real estate, and they probably already invested in a few syndication deals, and they already know what they know, right? And so this is someone who you've got to have your game face on when you go meet with. You've got to know your stuff when you meet with them. Maybe using things like the Bigger Pockets calculators would be a good idea when you meet with these folks to show them the financial status for your deal. Maybe having something that backs up your track record would be a good thing to have when you meet with the savvy investor. those things are going to be really valid because they're going to want to pick your deal apart. They're going to want to talk to you about the IRR for your deal. They're going to talk to you about the rate of return on your project. They're going to talk to you about all the different nuts and bolts and logistics of of the deal that you're presenting to them, and they're going to deep dive the details with you. So you got to have your game face on when you meet with a savvy investor that's bringing cash into your project. So I want to ask a question to the network right now for you guys watching. I want to ask, how many millionaires do you guys think there are in the U.S.? Okay, so if you're watching right now, if you're watching live, type in a number. How many millionaires do you think there are in the United States right now? This is going out on Facebook, on BiggerPockets Facebook page, and on YouTube. So if you're watching any of those venues, just type in, how many millionaires do you think there are in America as of this time? And it's quite a bit, but I want you guys to guess because this is an interactive thing. And since I got you guys here, guess on how many millionaires you guys think are in America right now. This is according to Google when I Googled it, right? So let's see. We've got 100. David says 100. It's 1,800. A little bit more. No, more than that. It's more than 1,800. It's more than a couple of thousand, I promise you. That's probably how many billionaires are in the U.S. Anybody else want to guess? I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag and give you guys a number if nobody comes anywhere near it. There's a lot of guesses. 100 man, Don Juan, I wish was 100 million. What's left? You're very close. Marcos is even closer. Marcos Matos is at 5.1 million. He's right there. 225,000. I'm glad it's more than that. John's almost got it. I'm going to give the prize to John, which is a high five. Oh, wait, Crystal nailed it. Here you go, Crystal. Here's your high five. John, you almost got it. Crystal, you get a high five. Bah! Your high five, Crystal, because that's the correct guess, or the correct answer is 11 million. There are 11, and the last time I checked, there were 11. Now again, this is Matt Faircloth information. Don't be commenting, don't be hating if the internet says something different these days. But when I checked, it was 11 million millionaires in the United States. That is enormous. That's an enormous amount of millionaires. Odds are that in your network of 200 to 300 people that you have around you, you likely know at least one of those millionaires in the United States. Okay, so sum it up. The private money source number one that you guys all know, and by the way, somebody doesn't have to be a millionaire to invest cash in your business. They could have 200,000 sitting in a savings account, and that could be their primary asset, and they could put that money into a private loan with you, and you could pay them 8% on their money, and they could make 16,000 a year in passive income on their money. That's possible, and that money could be making them 0.5% in interest right now in a bank, or it could be making 8% invested with you, or 9 or 10, or whatever it is you're willing to pay on that money. Okay, so cash is number one, the number one source of private money. Okay. The next source of private money is real estate. Now you guys might think, wait a minute, Matt, how can real estate be a source of private money for me to invest in real estate? Well, let me explain something to you. How many, again, this is another guess moment, okay? I want you guys to guess how many homes are free and clear in the United States right now. These are homes, not rental properties, not commercial investment properties, anything else. These are homes that people live in. What percentage of homes in America right now are owned free and clear? Okay, take a guess. While you guys are typing, or fervently all typing in your guesses so you guys can win the Matt Faircloth high five, I'm going to tell you guys why that matters. Because let's say your Uncle Charlie owns his home, and with your Aunt Sally, they both have worked and contributed and own their home free and clear. Okay. If Uncle Charlie and Aunt Sally own their home free and clear, they can then unlock the equity in their home with a home equity line of credit. And that home equity line of credit allows them to go and write checks to invest in deals. They can go and write a check for $100,000, $150,000 to invest equity in one of your deals, to invest to loan to you. And that home equity line of credit might cost them 4 to 5% in interest these days. Is probably a little conservative. It's probably less than that, but let's just say it costs them 5%. What if you're willing to pay 10% for that money on a monthly basis? What if you're willing to write them monthly checks for 10% on their money, and the money's costing them 5%? That means their net profit is 5% on an annualized basis on whatever money they borrow out of their home if they're willing to loan it to you, right? That's a great spread, and that's equity that's money that they didn't even know existed that they could put to work. Most people pay their home off, and that is a cross the finish line. It's great. I don't have that monthly payment anymore, and that's really an awesome achievement for them to have paid off their home. But then they can unlock the equity that they've created and build their wealth with it, right? So now I'm going to read through the guesses, see who's got it. See who's got it. Let's see. We got guesses here on Facebook. Nobody's getting too close. Let's see. Patrice, not too far off. Marcos, let's see. Ah, man. YouTube is nailing it today. Terrence has got it, 30%. Let's see. Anybody else? Don Juan, not bad, 35. 33, John. It's pretty much a third. John Keeler and so John Keeler and Terry Ann Terani. I'm going to give you both the high five, okay? It's going to be a double-handed high five like this. I'm going to high five by camera. You guys high five me back from wherever you are in the U.S. or wherever you are in the world. We're going to high five each other from across the water, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bah! High five. Very well done. It's between 30 and 35%. It's roughly a third of the homes in the United States are owned free and clear. It's more concentrated in certain parts of the U.S. So it's not 3 of the people you meet, one of them is going to have their home free and clear. But in general in America, 1/3 of the homes are owned free and clear. So odds are you know some people in your network that own their home free and clear. If you guys just tuned in, I talked about someone called a millionaire in disguise that's in your network. That millionaire in disguise is likely someone who lives below their means, who takes a lot of what they earn and puts it back into paying down their expenses or just puts it into a savings account. That millionaire in disguise that we talked about earlier, guys, is likely someone who also owns their home free and clear. So consider that if you find someone who is the millionaire in disguise that I talked about already, I gave you guys the hints on how to look for that, they likely also own their home free and clear. And that's an easy thing to find out about. You can ask your Uncle Charlie or the person you went to high school with or the person in your networking group if you suspect that they are a millionaire in disguise. Owning their home free and clear is something they're likely very proud of. And they likely will gladly offer that up to you in information. And you could tell them, hey, listen, I just found out on Bigger Pockets by this cool guy, Matt Faircloth, that contributes to them, that a third of homes in America, 1/3 of the houses in America are owned free and clear. I hope one day to pay off my home free and clear. You could say that, and they could say, well, that's interesting because I paid off my house free and clear a couple of years ago. And then you've got a conversation. You don't immediately jump into how they can do deals with you. Get into conversation. How'd they do it? How'd you do that? Did you inherit the money? Did you just pay a double extra payment every month or something like that? How'd you make it happen? And they'll likely tell you the story. And then you can segue into, did you know the equity in your home could be unlocked and you could build your wealth and double up your wealth holdings and your net worth by just through what's just sitting in your home through the efforts of another person? Because you don't have to do anything. Maybe someone else does all the effort while you, Uncle Charlie, just put the wealth you've created in your home and put it to work for you. That's a little elevator speech. You guys can have that one. It's a free tip there. Here's the next one. Okay, we've covered. Remember, if you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about places in your network that you guys can find people that have access to cash that could be put to work in your business. 3 sources of private money. Source number 1 is cash. Source number 2 is real estate. And source number 3, that is the one I'm the most excited about because most people have access to this one. And this is the one that is the most untapped as well. For those reasons, this is my favorite one. And this is the retirement account. Okay, retirement accounts are so prevalent in the United States, and they are so underutilized in investing in anything else outside of Wall Street. Those 2 reasons why I'm super, super excited about it. So a retirement account is it's a 401k program for someone's employer, but a 401k in itself can't be invested in real estate. An IRA can. So let's say your friend Sally used to work for a great company and she no longer works for that company. Hopefully she works for somewhere else and she's gainfully employed at another place. Okay, so Sally's gone from company A and now works at company B. Sally's 401k program when she was at company A can now be an IRA and turn loose and invested in something else because company B is going to give her its own 401k program. So the 401k she had at company A is open to get untethered from that retirement account program that she had and put as an IRA. Now she can invest it in other mutual funds. She can give it to a financial planner and they can invest it for her, or she can roll it over to a self-directed IRA custodian, of which there are a ton of listed on BiggerPockets. All you gotta do is go to BiggerPockets and type in self-directed IRA in the search bar, and a ton of articles on self-directed IRAs will come up, and a list of 50 IRA custodians, 50 IRA custodians will come up that you can direct people towards to roll their money over to, and that IRA can then be invested in your company. Now, before we get into further about IRAs and how to find them, okay, I want to take a pause because I want you guys to take a guess on how much money is in IRAs in America right now, okay? I am not talking about 401ks. I'm only talking about IRA accounts. This is individual retirement accounts that are not attached to a company's retirement program anymore. This is an IRA that somebody owns from a company they used to work for, okay? How much money is in IRAs right now in the United States, okay? Now, take a guess. Let's see, what do we got? High five. Give me some guesses. Let's see, I'm on Facebook. Cool. There's nothing easy. Okay, let's see. 2 trillion. No, more than 2 trillion. More than 2 trillion. Keep guessing. More guesses, more guesses. Yeah. 150. Man, Harry, I wish, Harry, that was right. Harry said 150 trillion. Harry, I wish you were right. Unfortunately, you're a little on the high side. Anybody else want to guess? A couple more seconds for guesses, and I'll let the cat out of the bag and tell you guys the answer. There you go. Adult memer. Just about. It's just under 10 trillion. It's 9 trillion. $9 trillion. Oh, the question, Terry Ann, is how much money is in IRA accounts in the United States right now? IRA accounts, not 401k accounts. How much money is in IRA accounts in the U.S.? You guys pretty much nailed it. I'm gonna give it to adult memer watching on YouTube. Here you go, adult. It's in Lou, you pretty much got it too. The answer is $9 trillion. That's how much money is in IRA accounts in the U.S. So for adult and Lou, here's your high five. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoop-ah! Cool. I bring them quick. All right. Yeah, I know, right? That's a ton of money. And here's one more thing. I want to make you guys guess this. Only between 3 and 4% of that money is invested in anything else aside from Wall Street. That means that 96% of that money is in Wall Street. 4% is in other things. Now, you don't have to invest in IRA in just real estate. You can put an IRA into all kinds of other stuff. You can take a self-directed IRA and buy bars of gold with it. I get a friend that owns a horse in his IRA. A horse, like Mr. Ed, a horse in his IRA. You can own land yourself. You can own shares of companies. You can loan it out. So you can take your IRA and lend it to people. That's what's very commonly done in real estate transactions. So someone will loan their IRA to another person. Could be you, could be me, could be you. That IRA can get lent as a loan, and then the person makes monthly payments or pays the loan back at the end and pays that IRA back all the money that's invested in it, okay? And then that money goes back and gets rolled over and over again. You can build up the IRA very quickly. What's great about IRA investing and the win that you're offering to people that have retirement accounts is that their money is invested in something else that's tied to something else completely outside of Wall Street. That's awesome. That's what's great for them, okay? So here are a few tips on how to find people in your own network that have access to retirement accounts. Think about people in your network. It might even help to just make a written list. Think about people in your life that used to work at company A and worked there for a while, worked there like 5 to 7 years, okay? And then after they worked there for 5 to 7 years, they then worked at another company and have moved on down the road, or maybe they retired, or maybe they got laid off, or whatever. It's okay. They don't have to have another job to take their IRA and invest it in something. Make that list of people, and then those are people that you could easily go to and say, hey, listen, Uncle Charlie or Steve or Sally, when you worked at ABC company over there, did they give you a retirement account? Oh yeah, they did. They gave me a great retirement account with a company match, and that was great. I sure enjoyed that and everything like that. And where's that money now, Uncle Charlie? Oh, they still have it. And a lot of people forget they have these IRAs. People forget that money's still there. They go, oh yeah, I think they still have it, or I don't know, I get a statement once a year. I'm not really sure what that money's doing. I kind of forgot about it. That is likely the response you'll get, because people kind of forget that their retirement account's still there, it's still growing. They don't really think about it. And so you can say, well, did you know that you can take that money and unlock it for free and you can invest it in other things like real estate, like I'm doing, like I'm a real estate investor. This isn't me talking, Matt Faircloth, this is you guys talking. So you say, I'm an active real estate investor and I'm looking at deals, and I've heard on this awesome website called Bigger Pockets, and this guy, Matt Faircloth in BP, taught me that I can take people's retirement accounts and put them to work and get it off of Wall Street and put it to work in real estate and put it to work on Main Street, right around the corner from our house where we live. People can invest in projects. That's something you'd like to hear more about. And they might say, that's interesting. So then you forward them some articles you find on BP. You network some other people in Bigger Pockets that have done IRA loans. Maybe they can show you how to do it, okay? So those are the three sources of private money, guys. Cash, people with cash. Sometimes those are hard to find. Sometimes they're easy to find. Or real estate. That is something that kind of ties with the millionaire in disguise that I talked about earlier. But people that have paid off their homes altogether. And the third one is retirement accounts, and that's the one that's my favorite because it's the most common. And oh, by the way, you cannot take if you guys are listening, like, oh, hey, Matt, I have a retirement account. Well, that's great. Congrats. So do I. Because I used to have a day job, and my day job gave me an IRA, or a 401k at the time. I can't take that 401k and invest it in my business. I can't do it. You cannot take a IRA self-directed and invest it in yourself or personally benefit from it. It has to go to other people. It's called a disqualified transaction. You also can't invest with certain other people. I won't bother getting into it now, but you cannot take your retirement account and invest it in your own business. You've got to invest in somebody else's project that's an arm's length transaction. So it can't be you, okay? But you could easily find those people based on the things we talked about today that maybe have these retirement accounts that are available to be put to work in your company, in your real estate business, to help you build your business while they build their wealth. Okay, so those are the three tips. I want to talk to you guys about something else. I'm going to be talking on tonight. You guys got to register for it now. But there is a webinar tonight, right now. At 8 p.m. Eastern, where I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create win-win wealth and working with your private money partners. So if I have inspired you guys in creating some ideas on private money partners you guys may generate, either from cash or from real estate or from retirement accounts, you guys need to be on tonight's webinar, because the webinar is tonight at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. You guys need to go to biggerpockets.com/webinars. biggerpockets.com/webinars. And I will type it in a second here under the show notes and under the comment section. Go to that site. Let's see if I can type it in here. .com/webinars. Cool. Let me do it. All right, very good. Okay, it's on YouTube. I'll type it on Facebook in a second. Go to that site, and you guys can register for my webinar tonight. And it is a free webinar. It is not a run to the back of the room, take my weekend course, which I don't have. I don't have a boot camp or any of that kind of stuff. I'm just an active real estate investor that loves Bigger Pockets, and I'm glad to contribute to you guys. So this is a free webinar put on by Bigger Pockets. Phenomenal resource, and you guys can go to that webinar and be a part of it and learn about creating win-win wealth with your private money partners. Okay, biggerpockets.com/webinars. Be there, and I'm going to be doing. There's lots of giveaways, lots of cool stuff I'm going to be giving. I'm going to be giving away some video tutorials for free, some resources, and if you guys don't have if you can't make it tonight, okay, I'm gonna give you guys an awesome discount code right now. So get your pen out, write this down. If you guys cannot make the webinar tonight, if you can't make the webinar tonight, I'm gonna give it out on the webinar. So just be on the webinar and we'll talk about it then. But if you guys cannot be on the webinar, okay. And by the way, register for the webinar and you'll get a copy of the recording in your inbox. But if you can't do that either, I don't want you guys to miss out, because you guys have been awesome and stuck around for this live cast here. I want you guys to have something. I got a coupon code for you. If you do not have a Bigger Pockets Pro account, okay, and you want to register for a Bigger Pockets Pro account, use the coupon code MF715. Use that coupon code for a Bigger Pockets Pro account. It's only going to be around till Wednesday, so if you don't have a Pro account, you can use that coupon code and get 20% off, plus a big bucket full of free giveaways that Bigger Pockets put together for you guys that are bonuses, including things you cannot get. There's 2 books that are part of the giveaway that you guys cannot get anywhere else aside from that program for using that coupon code, okay? 20% discount off a Pro and a bunch of goodies for giveaways. So if you cannot make the webinar tonight, Use that coupon code to upgrade to Pro. If you've been thinking about upgrading to Pro and want to take that next step, use that coupon code MF715. It's only good for a couple of days, so write it down. Use it right now if you want to consider upgrading to Pro and BiggerPockets and utilizing all the tools that BiggerPockets has available under a Pro membership that can help you tenfold the size of your company through using BiggerPockets. Okay. I'm gonna jump on BP and use a few questions right now for you guys. Okay, Q&A. You guys are gonna pump out questions about private money. Gonna pump out questions about how to find it, how to utilize it, whatever you want. I'll hang out for a couple minutes and we'll do Q&A, and then I'll sign off. Okay. So if you guys have been watching, I'll try and screen back through a few questions you guys have here. Okay. Harry, the webinar is 8 p.m. tonight. Cool. Crystal will be there. If I'm doing Nick, if I'm doing a deal with a friend, do I need to have them season their down payment money with me in the same account first? No, you don't have to, especially if they're lending you the money, Nick. They don't have to season the money at all. And if they're coming in as equity, they just need to give it to you before closing. There's no seasoning requirements for money that I've ever seen that it has to season with you before. Now, if someone's giving you a gift, I've seen this happen where like, okay, I need $10,000 to buy a property, and like your mother has to gift you $10,000 and it has to season in your bank account for a couple of months. That's just a gift that has to season with you for it to become your personal asset. In the deals I'm talking about, and then I talk about in my book, Raising Private Capital, you're going to be bringing them on as a direct owner or a direct lender of the property. So there's no seasoning requirements. They're not giving you personally the money. They're giving it to the company. So it doesn't have to season in that respect. But good question. More questions. Buy. Anyone know any reputable hard money lenders in North Carolina? I would look on BP. They're actually BiggerPockets. I believe there's still a hard money lender database by. Go to biggerpockets.com. /hard money. I think hard money is where it is. Try there, or just go to BiggerPockets and search on the toolbar for hard money lenders. There's a hard money lender database for hard money lenders all across the U.S. That'll show up there. What's better, private money or a bridge loan? I like private money better, Philip, because private money is negotiable. Like you can negotiate private money. Bridge loan's not going to be negotiable. Private money, you can sit down with the lender face to face and work out a conversation with them. So, Josh, I've got a deal with a seller carry on the half of the loan, but I have no money for the other half of the purchase price. Could I just lie? I just heard you right there. Could I just lie to the banks? No, Josh, do not lie to the banks. That'll put you in the clink. You don't want that. And tell them half of the equity is free and getting the debt. No, I mean, I would consider bringing that person that's having the seller maybe, you could maybe raise the rest of it in equity. Josh, that's what I would do. I'd probably have people come alongside it and buy and own a chunk of the company alongside you. That's what I would do. I would definitely not lie to the bank because that could be bad. Hey Harry, do I need an entity, an LLC? I highly recommend using an LLC. Anytime you do a private money transaction, for a lot of reasons, use an LLC. Sway, what is the criteria for getting a hard money loan for the first time? They're going to want to look at your bank statements. They're going to want to check tax returns. They're going to want to underwrite you and vet you. Private money partner likely is going to do what they feel comfortable doing and making sure they're comfortable with you, whatever that may look like. If they know you very well and know you as a person, they might be willing to just lend you the money if they like you. And then you can protect them properly with a mortgage and a note and a loan and those kinds of things. If you've got somebody that likes and trusts you because you're you, not because you've got like a mile-long track record. Jerry, what if you have a hard money lender, but he has no bank statements? Yeah, I mean, you probably ought to build a track record for yourself, Jerry. Maybe get some bank statements. Make sure your credit score is up. Make sure your financial house is in order. You know, Philip, mortgage brokers, look on BP. You know, there's a huge list of them on BiggerPockets, and just put it in a post, and a lot of people will jump on. I'm ignoring. Nick, what is your name? I'm looking for your book. My name is Matt Faircloth. My company is the DeRosa Group. And I wrote a book called Raising Private Capital, which you can buy on BiggerPockets at biggerpockets.com/store. Go to BP store and you can buy my book, Raising Private Capital. And my name is Matt, M-A-T-T, Faircloth, Faircloth. I'll just type it in here. I typed my name in on the, there you go. There you go, Nick. It's right below your comment. I'm going to jump over to Facebook and and answer a few Facebook comments. Cool. All right. The coupon code for the, if you guys want to upgrade to Pro between now and Wednesday, coupon code is there on Facebook. Check that one out. And we're going to be doing a webinar tonight. If you guys can make the webinar, just come to the webinar and you guys can get the coupon code then, along with a really cool conversation about private money. So cool. Facebook's blowing up too. Very good. Jumping back to YouTube. I'll probably grab one more question off of YouTube, and then we can and then I'm going to scoot to the toot. Get ready for tonight's webinar. MSway. What kind of credit score do they look for normally? And interest rates around? For hard money, MSway, again, for private money, I typically pay between 7 to 9%, no points, and they don't look at my credit score because it's private money. But these are people I know, or people that have found me that I've networked with off of BiggerPockets. The hard money lenders or folks are probably going to charge probably about 12%, plus a couple of points, like 12 plus 2, 12 plus 3. Maybe you might be getting them down to interest rate around 10. Credit score, I've seen them require above a 700, maybe above a 650 if you're lucky. So that's what hard money is going to look like. If you truly don't know anyone in your own network, or if you don't want to look around your own network for private money, then you can consider using hard money lenders, and that's what their rates are going to be. It's a good place to get started, by the way. If you don't have a track record and you've got a few bucks to your name, but you want to get a private money lender that's ready to go, then hard money lenders are a great place to start. So cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. All the data should be here in the comment section. Links to the webinar for tonight. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Be there, be square. It's a webinar on doing deals and doing win-win transactions with other people's money. So tonight's webinar, it's about how to set up win-win transactions with other people's money. Be there. Hope you guys can make it. Would love to see you. Make sure you say hello and tell me you guys were on tonight's webinar. There's my book, Raising Private Capital, and the coupon code is MF715. One more time, MF715. That's in the comment section as well. If you guys are looking for a discount on a pro account, you can't make it on tonight's webinar. So thank you guys. I sure appreciate you being here. It's been really, really fun, and I hope to see you guys around. See you tonight on tonight's webinar. Here's a high five for all you guys. Ready? High five, high five. Bow, bow, bow. Thank you for being here. Have a good night.